Hey, just having a little fun here with Crotchy and little Lou. They're having some fun on the swings. You having a good time there? Oh yeah, you guys are. Oh yeah. So how you doing, everybody? It's letters for, you know, I don't know what the date is, and I don't care what the date is. No, the 11th of October, 2018. So let's get started, shall we?
Yeah, little Lou and I are having some great fun out here. We're all over the place. We down that slide and through the tunnel there, and little Lou got scared in the tunnel, didn't you, little Lou? Yeah, yeah. Anyway, now here's Dave with the show.
Nancy Ray writes, I knew you would discuss this with a heart and class. That is one of the reasons why I watch you. That's right. I was talking about saying goodbye to Capone, Carolyn's RV Life's doggy. Well, you know, we all have, you know, sometimes we have some criticism of Carolyn, but we all love the doggy, and it's always sad when a doggy dies, and that dog was such a sweetheart. It truly was. Garth Lachlan writes, I went to the last RTR, and the karaoke screaming over loudspeakers at 11 p.m. was out of hand, and everyone was glad Bob shut it down. He was pissed. Lurska the Creeper writes, Camo Ween Dave, go back to the pumpkin patch with Crotchy. Crotcho Lantern. Oh yeah, well, we're having some fun today, but we'll do that another day when it's a little drier. Looks like we're going to get some of those outer bands of Hurricane Michael in any moment now. Tall Tree writes, let's hope the IRS and the California State Franchise Tax Board agents are also watching and subscribing to Deborah Joy's YouTube channel regarding all the gifts, money, and services she should be paying tax on. Well, you know, yeah, I'm sure she's honest. I'm sure she's honest when she files her taxes. She reports all the gifts she's gotten and estimates their worth and pays taxes on them. Now, why wouldn't she do that? Whatever you do, don't let Crotchy drive, please, writes the geezer. Well, you know, Crotchy's probably got fewer tickets than you know? Kevin H. writes, I love van life, but I was just wondering, if I get a van, does a dog come with it, or do I need to find my own? Well, they have the YouTube channel. If you're going to do a YouTube channel package, you buy a van or you rent a van and you get the dog or the cute cat thrown in for free. JJ 2021, honestly feel that the Bureau of Land Management lands were not set aside to be used for camping and not a way to live on. I would prefer my tax money not to be used to subsidize this behavior. Again, there's a lot of questions that Bob has raised with his charity proposal, you know, and he's answering some of them, but there are still a lot more questions. You know, I mean, how are they going to determine who is worthy of getting a donation from this group? I mean, are you going to have to fill out a huge long form to prove that you don't have money, that you show all your assets? And, you know, I don't know. How are they going to determine this person is needy, this person is just scamming us? It's going to be real interesting. I don't mean to put Bob down in the sense that I think his idea is a good one. I think the notion there is a good one, but I just see that this charity group he's starting is going to be untenable. Year-old Lou Scunt, say hi to your daddy, little Lou. Yeah, little Lou. That's Lou Scunt. Lou writes, Dave's programming infomercials for road hobos now. You know, we've seen Lou Scunt on some of the road hobos channels just making comments, just saying. Wow, I used to remember when Dave's channel used to be the spot for info and fun comments. Total retirement home now. Well, you get out of it what you put into it, don't you? HOWA. How in hell would any sane person give money to cheap RV living, Bob? Please donate money so I can pay people to manage the money you've given me. Writes Jason Austin. Or your organization. Oh my goodness, I'm getting skeeter bites. I picked the wrong place to do my video today. Remember, I'm doing this to help people, except I need your hard-earned money to help people. And remember, that's people that don't want to earn their own money. I don't know. HCPTW writes, Later Gator, Honest, critical people that wonder are not haters, Bob. Oh yeah, shall we? I felt a deep sense of disappointment when Bob used the term haters today. You know, I mean, does that mean anybody that's critical of his plan is called a hater? You know, I don't know. You know, there are always some people that will criticize everything, but I genuinely think about 90% of the criticism on my channel and on other channels has been honest criticism about, hey, we want to know more. How's this going to work? Can it work? Well, I was saying how the carpetbagger didn't visit me, even though I'm only 50 miles away from Baltimore, and he was in Baltimore visiting Dan Bell the other day. Well, the carpetbagger didn't visit me. I'm only 20 minutes away from Ocean City, writes Geezer. Yeah, I mean, he should have stopped by Geezer's place there in southern Delaware. John Allen writes, I don't like Bob becoming the president of the board of directors of Howa, Homes on Wheels, whatever. He's too close to the issue. Now that they are a legitimate charity group, according to the IRS, they need to hire an outside professional to run the organization. I don't like Bob anyway because he turned off the music at last year's get-together. Yeah! AB writes, if rules aren't set or nobody takes charge, the inevitable happens. Total chaos. Bob Wells put a ton of time into this get-together, that's RTR, last year, or this year, 2018. Trying to get people happy, to keep people happy is an almost impossible task. I give Bob Wells a ton of credit. We will always have haters in no matter what we do. But the other thing Bob is doing here, the RTR is getting incredibly popular. I mean, there were thousands of people at last year's. There's probably going to be many more at this year's. And you're not dealing with just a nice little casual group of nomads. You're going to start dealing with almost a Woodstock type group of nomads, you know? And I just have a feeling that things are just getting beyond Bob's control, you know? I don't know. He's biting off a lot more than he can chew, I think. Sunny Girl writes, 2018, the year truth suddenly became hate. That doesn't bode well for mankind. I wonder if it occurs to anyone if they'd stop their lying, others would stop pointing out their lies. Oh, sorry, that was a far too rational thought. You know, hey, people have always been like this, I think. You know, you see politicians all the time. If you criticize me, you're a hater. You know, and they get up at rallies, and that's how they generate their popularity. And I'm always wary of anybody who, you know, starts calling people haters. You know, you see that in trolls. You see a lot of YouTubers. You can't criticize them. If you make one bit of criticism against them, you're a troll. You are now something really horrible. You know, I mean, we have a freedom of speech, at least for the moment in this country. Let's at least cherish that, huh? Gwen Flyer writes, well, Deborah Joy, the trailer park tart, stepping slapping her subs around again. The particular person who's doing that parody channel is getting to her. Ha ha ha. Don't get between Deborah Joy and her free Starbucks cards and her paid vet bills. Hey, you know what? She spent a whole video today talking about some guy who's parodying her and trolling her. And even though she didn't mention the troll's name, you know, she gave him, I presume it's a him, a lot of airtime, so to speak. And we're all talking about it now, right? You know, we could, you know, so I mean, in a way, what she did today by acknowledging that person, even though she didn't mention him or her, she's, you know, everybody's talking about it. And now my ears are so itchy from these skeeters. I got to get out of here, man. Adventures of something or other here. It's truncated on my thing. You know who you are. You know what, Dave? There are lots of dumb a-holes that will show up thinking it's a drunken keg party, play loud music, trash the place, causing fights, dogs pooping everywhere, etc. If you don't like it, then don't go. And then don't go somewhere else. Do go somewhere else. Don't go. Go somewhere else. And, well, yeah, you know, I mean, yeah, if you didn't like what happened at the RTR last year, you know, you're probably not going to like it what happens this year, and so don't go. You know, I don't know. There are quite a few YouTubers I've heard that are saying they're not going this year, so, and that's cool. You know, there's lots of other things you can do. Plus, when we do see all the YouTubers going to the same place, it does get kind of boring because everybody's doing the same thing, you know? Last year, we must have covered at least 24 YouTubers that were all sitting around campfire campfires at RTR, and we're all like seeing the same videos just from a slightly different direction. You know, it might be better for your channel, a lot of you nomads, if you just don't go to RTR and do something else, you know? Hey, you know, that's not a bad idea. Cat, if I had $1 for every time Bob has said, don't ask me for money, or I'm not going to give money to just some stranger, the message is pretty clear. Larry writes, Dave, hater here, an old Buddhist story about do-gooders, quote, let me help you or you'll drown, said the monkey as he placed the fish safely in the tree. Okay, on that fascinating note, we'll have to end it here.
Yeah, right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And if you got any questions for Crotchy, just put them in the comments, and I'll get it. We're going to do a Crotchy Q&A one of these days. All right? All right, folks. Thanks for watching. I'll say it for Dave. Vlog under.